What's up, guys? I am TokuTylor, and today we will be talking Episode 4 of Lupinranger vs. Patoranger. Let me start off by saying this was another great episode. I really enjoyed the series so far, so let's get right into it. We start back with the Patorangers driving to a crime scene. They are currently on a case where people have been disappearing mysteriously from rooms that have been locked or without other people seeing them, go anywhere. They're just gone out of nowhere. They go to the most recent victim's room and they look around, and Tsukasa Patoranger spots a shark plush on the floor of this girl's room. She stares at it for a while until Tsukasa asks her if she found anything, and she says no, and then they have to leave the crime scene. The Patourangers then continue driving until Tsukasa tells them to stop at this little shop thing where we see someone selling the same shark plushies that Tsukasa saw in the victim's room. And let me say that the guy that was selling them was so creepy that I could tell right away that he was a gangler. And it turns out I was right, because the Lupin Rangers show up in their suits and reveal the guy's gangler form by throwing the card, and he kind of like pops like a balloon. It's cool. I like that. Apparently his name is Love Room Jaws. I find these names very odd, and I'm trying to memorize them, but I'm probably just going to end up saying the gangler a lot with these reviews. But anyway, the fight begins with both teams, already transformed, and I have to say, the way they shoot these fight scenes is fantastic, in my opinion at least. I really like the way the angle of the shots when they're just battling like this. It's so cool. I love it. And then, as usual, because both teams are fighting each other and the gangler finds a way to get away. And then, as the Lupin Rangers are leaving, Lupin Yellow tells the Patorangers what the gangler's item does. It turns things into decorations. That's all they know so far. Umika tells them because she wants the missing people to be found as well. They're not just thieves, they care about people as well. They have loved ones they want to see as well. And once again, we get a brief moment with Boss DeGranio, the boss of the Ganglers, and his two generals, I guess we could call them that. And Goshu is asking him if she could have some of the humans that Love Room has acquired for experiments. I find that really weird. What is she gonna do with them? But it's just weird. And like I said, it's a brief moment. Just real quick, they talk about some things, and then we go back to the bistro where Umika explains why she gave the info on the gangler's item to the Patorangers. Because, the missing people have loved ones who want them back safe, and no one knows that more than they do, because, they have loved ones they want to see again as well. We then go back to the Patourangers, who have been rounding up the shark stuffed animals and, trying to find out what's the connection and all that. Jim Carter, the robot, freaks out because he can't figure anything out about these plushes. And I like the robot. I think he's at least funny. I don't know. But, and then as everyone leaves the room except for Tsukasa, we see her go into this monologue about how cute the plush is and how she wants to take it home, and it's really girly, but hey, she's the Pink Ranger after all. But she picks it up and squeezes it and then disappears as it falls to the ground in the base. But Tsukasa then wakes up in this cave along with the missing people behind bars. This is where all the missing people have been taken. As it turns out, she's been teleported by the plush, or warped, as they say. It warped her to the cave and everything, but the rest of the Patorangers then find out Tsukasa has, disappeared, like the people in the case they're on, and then we go back to Tsukasa in the cave, blasting the door to the bars. She blasts the door down and frees all the captured people from the cave, and then Love Room shows up, and as we see Tsukasa try to reach for her changer, she's being pinned by the Gangler. She's really in a bind here. The other Patarangers then arrive the same way she did and fight, and the fight starts. So we can assume they figured out how to teleport as well, you know. And then the Lupin Rangers find out the location, and we get more awesome action scenes. I really, like I said, I like the fight scenes a lot. So as the fight is going on, everyone's doing good. Everyone's beating up the bad guys. Then Tsukasa captures the Gangler, and then she looks over at Lupin Yellow, and because Lupin Yellow helped with the case, Tsukasa just throws him over to her, knocking him out, and then Lupin Yellow takes the collection piece from him, which is really cool. It's cooperation between both teams, at least. It's really nice. And then our buddy Good Striker appears to help the Patarangers finish the Gangler, fusing into Patoran Union or Patoran Yugo. So really cool. Another awesome, finisher. Really cool. So after that, Goshu arrives as usual, and I have to say, I love the music that plays when she's around. It's very fitting for her. Very, very cool. She revives Love Room, and then we get the Patoranger again. So in the battle, the Gangler starts teleporting using these shark jaws. Turns out all the plushies were disguised as little shark stuffed animals using the collection item. That's what it does. It turns things into decorations. So all those plushies were actually those shark jaws in disguise, and that freaks out Tsukasa. So I thought that was a little funny, And then the Lupin Rangers launch their vehicles, and then out of nowhere, Good Striker does what he always does. He changes his mind and just leaves the Lupin. He leaves the Pato Kaiser to form Lupin Kaiser, and I feel like this is going to happen a lot. He's just going to switch teams whenever he wants. He keeps saying he's a free spirit. So they form Lupin Kaiser, they summon the giant VS gun, and they defeat the Gangler. And then after the Gangler has been defeated, we go back to the bistro, where Kogure is putting the collection item back in the book and just starts leaving. The Lupin Rangers offer to make some food for him, but he declines, making me think he's hiding something. He's just very antisocial, and that's coming from me, a really shy person. But we end with the Patoranger at their base talking about the stuffed animals and how Keiichiro remembers that Tsukasa, as a cadet, used to carry around a small little plush in her bag, and she didn't know that he knew that, and it her secret's out, I guess. So that was really funny. Like I said, we get to know a little bit about her, but anyway, final thoughts. Another great episode. I hope they keep this up. I hope they keep up this kind of entertainment throughout the series. I'm really enjoying it. And this was definitely Tsukasa's episode. Not like Touma's, but it was good. We learned something about her at least. And now, real quick, I want to talk about Kogure, because he's been on my mind ever since I finished watching this episode the first time. And I need to talk about it. So whenever he pulls out an envelope with information, I question how he got that information. He might have contacts, but he might also be a villain in disguise. We don't really know. He doesn't talk much, he never sticks around, and I just don't trust him. I don't know. If he ends up being just a good guy who's mysterious, fine. But I think there's a reason Good Striker is afraid of him. We just don't know it yet. So, enough theories for now. I thought the episode was great, like I said, and I still think Keiichiro is my favorite Patoranger, and I can't wait to see the next episode. Spoiler alert, they do get some new items. I'm just going to say it, vehicles. And I'm really excited for this, because I'm excited because of the toy scans. I've actually seen the toy scans for these, and I'm excited for both of these new vehicles. They're really cool. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.